The European Union has just announced a complete ban on Facebook using the targeting method that they've been using for the past million years. And with that has come some rather unique opportunities to use Facebook in a way that I'm sure you've not thought of before. So let me show you right now what that is. Meta cannot run ads based on personal data. So they cannot use your personal data, male, 51 years of age, into football and Formula One, blah, blah, blah. They can't use that shit to run ads to me, okay? Instead, what they have to use is they have to use my behavior on the site. Okay, they have to use my behavior on the site. So the things that I click on, or the things that I like when the advert is in front of me, not before, but when the advert in front of me, is the only things Meta can now use in the EU, which is pretty freaking full on. So it's this whole privacy thing that's going through Parliament here, European Parliament, just to make sure that here in the EU, we are massively protected from data privacy, okay? So that's a big deal for Facebook because their entire ad business rests upon their ability to target their audience. That's what their entire ad business is rested upon. So what do you do now? Is you do something pretty scary, but I think it will be a really good thing to do. So Facebook's own internal AI that it uses for its advertising is actually insanely good. Like they have really, really optimized that to the point now where I believe you can set up a very, very broad-based campaign to target a very, very broad base of people. And once Facebook goes through what's called the learning phase, it will be able to target people perfectly for your ads. Okay. Now, caveat, this works best if you are selling something that has got a very, very broad appeal. So if you're selling something which is quite micro niched, then this probably isn't going to work for you and you should probably look for other strategies. But if you're selling something with a reasonably broad appeal, AKA there's quite a few swath of people who you could put your thing in front of, then I think this is really, really good. So let's just go through the process. So if you are selling on Amazon, then you'll need to set things up to target clicks on your ad, okay, which is a traffic consideration. And the reason for that is you cannot put the Facebook pixel on what's called the success page to track conversions, i.e. sales. The best thing for you to track if you're selling on Amazon is link clicks, okay, link clicks, which is traffic. If, however, you're selling on a Shopify site or something where you control and got access to the code on the website, then you should set up for conversions, which is sales, okay? You should track sales. Let's just suppose, though, you're going to be tracking traffic. Broad. Holy shit campaign. All right. Come on, keep up thing. No, we don't want to do any of this. Here we go. So you can leave all of these: auction, traffic, campaign spending limit. You know, you probably would freak out. Add a campaign spending limit. So you might want to do, okay, Neil's saying, I only want to test, you know, whatever, I don't know, $100, something like that for this particular thing. Okay. Right. Everything else can stay the same. So if I'm going to do conversions, Then I'm going to do conversion to my website. And I'm going to obviously put my pixel on. And I want to come down. The thing I want to show you is here, my audience. Okay, let's just get out of Portugal. Well, let's leave it in Portugal. Screw it. It doesn't matter. If I know some basic information about my customers, such as, I'm mostly going to be targeting guys, for instance, and most of those guys I'm going to be targeting for my particular product, well, they're probably around between the ages of 40 and 60, for instance, okay? Now, what I'm going to suggest is that is all of your category targeting that you do. Like, it's a super, super broad way of going about this. And what you're looking to do is, instead of you trying to isolate the perfect person to buy your product, you let Facebook, when it goes through the learning phase, come up with that as well. And I have seen some really, really great results from that, because Facebook knows who is clicking on your ads or who's converting. And it can also then, even with what's happening with the European rules, it can also then target more of those people who are likely to convert. It is scary to do, but the AI that Meta uses has gotten so good that it really, really works. It really, really works. I would love for somebody to let me demo this on their particular thing. You always use manual placements, and we never want those unless we're actually targeting them. I would love for somebody to let me demo this on their product, and I'll demo it for an inner circle for you. If you'll give me the trust to put it in place for you, I'll set it all up for you so that you can see for yourself how well this works. You get about, just to be super clear, anytime you advertise on Facebook, you have to go through something called the learning phase, okay? What that is, it's Facebook's AI trying different things out to see what works. Just like on Amazon, Amazon tries your product, a new product, in different places to see what works, okay? It's exactly the same thing. So there is a learning phase. That typically takes, depending on the size of the audience, somewhere between 4 and 8 days, between 4 and 8 days. But once it's done that, it's got the data to then start targeting people who are much more likely to convert. It's very, very powerful. It will scare the bejesus out of you because it goes against everything that we normally do with digital marketing, where we hyper target these people, and it's kind of ingrained into us to do this hyper targeting. But instead, what we're doing is we're letting Facebook have free reign, and then it will automatically narrow that down to the perfect audience for us. This works in the USA, it works in Australia, it works in the UK. It's really arguably the only way to use Facebook in Europe as well. That was a video from my regular Monday night Q&A session with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. We are a community of over 2,500 e-commerce professionals right around the world. We're the fastest growing e-commerce community right here in Australia, for instance, with sales, by the way, of over $50 million. If you'd like to find out more about what we do, get yourself off to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au. That link is in the description. I will see you on the next video. Until then, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.